We begin tonight with the story of a southern Arizona woman who is on a crusade to save as many horses as possible from the slaughterhouse. Pam White visits a special place called Equine Voices.
It's been quite a journey, but they're home now at the Jumpin' Jack Ranch, a 10-acre spread between Green Valley and Tubac.
I'm limited in space, so I can only take so many.
Most of these horses came from as far away as Canada. And one thing they had in common when they arrived, a fear of humans.
Very scared, very skittish. Little Miss, for instance, arrived with this halter on her head. And it took me 45 minutes to get it off of her. As you can tell, she's looking at it like, don't ever put that thing on me again. Completely disheveled. I have a feeling they kept it on her because she was hard to catch. When she first arrived, I kept her in the stall because that's where she felt comfortable, because they keep them in such small spaces.
Each horse has a story to tell, and since they can't talk, Karen Harkson is speaking for them.
This number, she's numbered 154. Her name is Scampy, but when they put them on the P line, they number the horses.
And last year, her advocacy for these animals became a lifetime commitment.
The more horses I can find good homes for, the more I can save.
When she formed a nonprofit group called Equine Voices Rescue and Sanctuary.
We had our first fundraiser this past February, and we raised about $13,000, which was, I thought, pretty good for the first one.
Karen had been in California rescuing wild Mustangs until she learned the plight of Premarin mares.
The 50s and 60s was really when Premarin became so popular. #1 selling drug in America for years. Wyeth Pharmaceuticals has made millions off these horses, and what has happened is just, in my book, just despicable.
These are pregnant mares, usually on farms in Canada, North Dakota, whose urine is used to make Premarin, a hormone replacement drug for menopausal women.
They stand on concrete stalls, on concrete paved stalls while they're pregnant, and what they do is they attach a device called a collection cup, which collects the urine from the mares while they're pregnant. And a lot of times they withhold water from them on a regular basis because they want to keep the urine concentrated. The stalls are so small, the mares generally cannot lay down.
To make matters worse, most of the babies, a byproduct of the industry, end up at slaughterhouses.
The slaughter that's happening in America is done purely for the meat to be sent abroad for human consumption. And this isn't to feed poor people. It's for the elite. I mean, they pay up to $30 a pound for horse meat.
Karen not only raises awareness about the cruelty in the Premarin industry, she also educates women about drug alternatives.
And while there are soy-based products, plant-based products, black cohosh, I mean, there's so many alternatives, and they can take something that's not going to affect them like Premarin does, and also something that's not going to hurt the horses like it has.
In 2002, the production of Premarin plummeted when a study showed an increased risk in stroke and other side effects. Good news, you'd think, for the horses.
So because of the contracts not being renewed, there are thousands. There's probably, oh gosh, I would say 35,000 horses now at risk of being slaughtered.
Karen has saved over 60 horses. It's been a personal crusade as well as a financial challenge.
The financial part of it is what's so stressful all the time because you're always trying to raise money for hay, and my property doesn't have any pasture, so everything I feed them I have to pay for. And with hay prices now, I mean, we're at $10.50 a bale right now, and it's really expensive.
To make ends meet, Karen has the help of several volunteers, and people can foster and even sponsor a horse. The sanctuary also hosts specialty horse clinics for the public, and it has an adoption program.
There is an adoption fee. It just depends on what it costs me to get them out of slaughter. Usually coming from Canada, it's about $1,000 per horse, which is really expensive. But that includes the transportation and actually paying for the fees that the slaughterhouse would pay. If they come in, the mares come in pregnant, then you're getting the baby too. So really, it's not, I don't think, unreasonable. That money goes right back into rescuing more horses.
Neighbor Marcia Mendelson originally wanted to adopt 2 horses, but ended up with 9.
As you can see, they're not,
coming close to people, and they've been abused, and I knew I can give them a good home, and it's not like I'm going to be riding them or that. I'm retiring all the mares. They're just going to live out their lives.
If rescue horses can't find a home, they'll live out their lives at the sanctuary. Here, they're not just a number. Karen has names for all of them, and they're forever free from abuse and the fear of slaughter.
I don't ask anything of them. I just try to build a relationship, and that's what I try to teach here, not only with my volunteers and the clinics that we offer and things like that, is that my belief is it's a two-way conversation with these horses, and they will give you anything. They will do anything for you if they trust you.
Of the 60 horses that originally came here, 40 have been adopted and 15 are left. Time, Karen says, for another rescue.
For more information about special clinics, volunteering, and sponsorship opportunities, log on to equinevoices.org.